So today we welcome Professor Christine Bigby from La Trobe University. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for inviting me.
Christine, as you know, EW Tipping Foundation has entered into a partnership with La Trobe University around what's called person-centred active support, which is a particular approach to working with people with disability. Can you tell people who may not know about it what person-centred active support is?
Person-centred active support, to abbreviate, we'll just call it active support, is a staff practice. It's defined as an enabling relationship between staff and the person that they're supporting, which enables people to be engaged in meaningful activities and social relationships.
We understand at the front end, at the house, at the resident end, what's really important. Essentially what I'm hearing is about leadership at that point, which is the pointy end of what we do, but also whether it's at the CEO, the board, right through the organisation, our involvement and understanding seems to be quite critical to the success of this project.
So the thing that we're really sure on, that we have some evidence for, is the importance of frontline practice leadership. So direct support staff need a strong practice leader who is modelling good support for them, who is able to coach them and correct their practice, who is able to provide individual supervision and support teamwork in the form of team meetings and team sessions, and have an overall approach that actually engaging people in meaningful activities and relationships is the centre of everything that they do all day, every day. If you've got a leader that's able to reflect those qualities, then the practice that staff do is much better, and there's a much stronger chance that they will be able to do active support all the time. Where there's poor leadership, you find it's very variable, it's very bitty, and where there's poor teamwork, which is a function of poor leadership, you find active support doesn't happen when the leader isn't there.
One of the reasons we do these videos is to help share information with clients and families. So let's say I'm a brother of a resident in one of the houses. I've got a brother who will be the beneficiary of the train that will go into this house. Why is it going to be better for me and for my brother?
It will be better for the future because your brother will be engaged in all of the activities of daily life that you do as a matter of course. So things like washing up, cooking, shopping, cleaning, laundry, all of those everyday things, and he won't be sitting doing nothing, watching other people doing all those tasks and waiting for something to happen. He'll be engaged in those things, and he'll be doing things out in the community as well. What we've observed from a lot of organisations is that a lot of energy is putting into the special events and not so much to the everyday engagement, which means people are actually spending a significant portion of their time doing nothing while the staff are doing all of those tasks and taking up all those opportunities for engagement. So as a family member, you should expect things to change. You should expect your family member to have new opportunities, to have new experiences, and all of those things will enable him or her to make more choices in their life about what they prefer and what they don't prefer, and to make new relationships with other people out in the community beyond you as a family member.
So person-centred active support appears very closely aligned with what the intention is for the National Disability Insurance Scheme. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, I think the intent of the NDIS is clearly that people with a whole range of disabilities should be able to participate in society and be full citizens and exercise choice and control over their lives. One of the things I worry about is that that's a very nuanced type of set of outcomes, and what that looks like for somebody with a severe and profound intellectual disability, the way in which they need to be supported to get those outcomes are quite different from people with maybe mild intellectual disability or somebody with a physical or sensory disability. Yep. So we need to make sure that the strategies that are put in place, the packages, the services that are delivered actually have the skills, the staff skills to support people in the organisational backup to produce those outcomes. The danger is people will get services, but unless we make sure they're high quality, we're not going to get the type of outcomes that are on in the vision of that legislation.
So Tipping is committed for 3 years. We've put budget aside for this very important project because we believe that outcomes that can be measured from programs such as person-centred active support will be very important in evidencing what we can achieve as an organisation. Do you agree that that's important?
Yeah, I think it's really important, as organisations are going to need to be able to demonstrate that they're providing effective services, both at an individual level, but then at aggregate level, this organisation always gets good outcomes, and you need to be able to evidence that, not just have marketing spin, because families are going to become more and more tuned as being, they will be better consumers, and there'll be people who are acting as advocates and brokers who will be better consumers of services on behalf of people. So trying to evidence good practice will become more and more important, and that can only be a good thing.
In the media recently, there's been discussion about the importance of qualification for people working in disability services. What's your view? Are formal qualifications around certificates or diplomas important, or is it person-centred active support, or a mixture? I'd be interested in your view.
One of the things I think we need to do is actually do a whole review of the quality of the Cert 4, Cert 3 qualifications that are being delivered to people at the moment. It's been a bit of a free-for-all, and they're not necessarily based on good evidence or good materials, and I think that's a challenge that we need to look at, the quality of the training we are providing and the relevance of the qualifications if we are going to insist that people have qualifications.
Thanks, Christine.
Thank you.